Pal, pharma analyst at Prabhudas Lilladher, joins in to take us through the news on Lupin and other stocks. Surajit, hi. First on Lupin, it's a 200% increase they've taken on Fortimet, the diabetes drug. What does it mean in terms of EPS accretion for them?
I think this is unexpected anyway, and that is also for a product like metformin, which is almost 100 years old of molecule. But it's a good opportunity for the company, and company could net on a level of say 80 to 100 million dollar additional sales they could add. So even if I dare to get into that, say for example, if I take this years of around 60.5 to 61, and next year it could be roughly around 88 to 89 rupees of EPS. So still I believe that the current price of target price, if you see, then also it will be 24-25 times 1 year forward, which may not be giving you much of upside. So overall, I think 10% to 12% kind of upside on a current fundamentals could be possibility if they capture without much of competition, which may not be the possible because Mylan is waiting. They have already approval in hand, so given the kind of economic scenario, they will enter.
Okay, so at the moment, that's about all the upside you see, 10%, is it,
right
on Lupin?
Right.
Okay, which is a stock in which you see a much better upside?
I think large cap, most of them are pretty stretched valuation, but if you look at the kind of lower approval but good opportunity to receive in near term, I think Dr. Reddy could be very much in good, comfortable condition.
Okay, Dr. Reddy's is already trading at close to around 4,000 rupees. What's your target price for that one?
Currently, this his EPS is under, we are re-evaluating the numbers, but initial indications which I can give, I cannot disclose right now, that I could see could handsome upside.
Okay. Much in the news in the past 1 week has been that tweet from Hillary Clinton about the pricing of drugs. There are some investors who are therefore fishing for value among the generic makers in India, assuming that they will get a little more play in the United States. Is that a good argument to go with, and which stock at all would you pick?
See, the point is right, and this kind of abnormal scenario, you cannot bet on your revenue stream. So, for example, you have started now, and after 2 years or after 1 year, you get into that market. But the point is that when this kind of abnormal scenario happens, and that could attract the attention of the policymakers or politicians, which will definitely, they will put an end to it. And I believe that already there is one bill is pending in the U.S. Senate, where even Dr. Reddy is also summoned in terms of increasing some of the prices in last 1 to 2 years, along with some other guys like Mylan, Teva too. So I believe this kind of abnormal growth from say $10 million to become a $800 million product, I think those scenarios definitely will see an end once those kind of bill could be passed in near to medium term.
What's happening with elder pharma, Surajit? What are people talking about within the pharma fraternity about what their leftover business is, and maybe it's a takeover candidate good enough in terms of its assets?
See, the problem with elder pharma is that their own brands are already been sold off. And some of the brands which they are continuing with that are very much out-licensed. So the question is that even when they sold off some of the business to Torrent, their fundamental in terms of financial numbers were not that great in terms of their debt, in terms of their leverage ratio plus their interest cost. So I believe that even after getting money by selling of their business, they have not put much of mind over the matter of improving their financials. So I believe that could be with an interest that rest of the business also they are going to sell off, which may not happen because of the non-attractiveness of those products. So definitely as an investor, I will not suggest to go for that company.
Okay, there certainly is a trading pop today, 13% higher. Yes, but as you say, there are still longer term issues with the stock for an investor. But the trading pop could have more legs?
I didn't get your question.
Today it's up 13%, purely on expectations that there would be some bit of recasting and sale of overseas arms. You think that the trading bounce itself can go on?
See, I cannot give you a direct answer to that, but I can give you an example. See, some of the companies' DNA, I don't know, they are basically, even if you sell off their business or part of their business, they just don't improve. I mean, they may not be the case. Everybody is like JB Chemicals, which has given back the money. But companies like, say, Orchid, or companies like, say, the Zelda Pharma, they never improve their financials, even if they sell off their plant.
They've never rewarded shareholders.
Yes.
I take your point. I mean, Glenmark is another favorite. Sentiment has turned positive. Do you like that stock?
Yeah, I mean, its sentiment and fundamental turns positive almost 8 months back, 6-8 months back.
Okay. You're not worried about their exposure to Latin American markets, the likes of Venezuela, which might weigh?
I think that impact will almost everyone. I mean, Latin market or emerging market exposure, and that has actually maintained balance in terms of the gain they are making in, say, your U.S. market or dollar, vis-a-vis the loss they are going to make or they are making in emerging markets. So ultimately, I believe that the currency benefit may not be the huge premium for Indian companies' top-line growth as well as EBITDA margin.
Okay. Just one quick last question from me then, Surajit. What about Strides Arcolab? How do you think they can push up the CNS business that they acquired from erstwhile Ranbaxy, and what's your target price if you do cover it officially?
First of all, I don't coverage the company officially. Second thing is that they have got through and they have already cleared their guidance that they are trying to expand into Indian market. Their acquisition of Shashun also give them a small domestic business which Shashun has started before acquisition. So I think they're still taking baby steps in terms of domestic formulation. But given the kind of company management aggression, I think they might get for many more acquisition in domestic brands, which could be, again, given the company's background, they might be selling it off after getting a critical volume over the matter. So till that time, investors could get gain out of it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us, Surajit, with your views on all those stocks. We have to head into a break, but before that, let us leave you with some market opinion. We spoke with Mr. U.R. Bhatt of Dalton Capital, and he thinks